At least I didn't think they did, but I did it. And while I was there, I had actually I had almost no sleep for 3 weeks, and the second day I was...
Was there a reason why you were going without sleep?
Well, yes. The week before I went to Egypt, I was so keyed up because these strange things were happening to me, and these are all longer, little snippets of longer stories. My whole story takes 9 hours or more to tell, and we're kind of constricted here, so I'm trying to condense. But the first, when I was, the first week I didn't sleep because I was so excited. The second week I didn't sleep because it's an 11-hour flight and an 8-hour time difference, and my whole days and nights were all messed up. And then the third week I came back to the United States, and again it was that long flight and time difference, and so everything was messed up again, so I had a hard time sleeping. I'd sleep an hour here, a couple of hours there, and I slept between 1 and 3 on the Monday morning, the first Monday morning when I was there the second day. And I woke up and I was the most fragile I had been. I sat on the edge of the bed and I was just sobbing, and I wanted to go home. I thought I was going crazy, and I wanted to go home. And so my roommate, who turned out to be Marianne Williamson's personal assistant, and she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Oh no, I'm not okay. I want to go home." And she was very comforting, and we talked for a couple of hours, and she gave me some books to read. And when it got to be 7, I went down for breakfast so that I could find the woman in charge of the tour and go home. But I sat down at a table, and a woman sat down on my left-hand side, and we started talking, and it turned out that she was from Germany, and I had family from Germany, so that felt a little bit familiar. And then it turned out she was a psychiatrist. And if you thought you were going crazy, you know, who would you like to have breakfast with?
Yeah.
I mean, a psychiatrist is a good thing. So she reached over and hugged me, and I felt what I call fluffy love from the other side. It feels like marshmallow fluff, only it isn't sticky. Mm-hmm. And you can hold it in your hands and squeeze it in between your fingers. And it's amazing, but it's that same love I was talking about that's so overwhelming. But it was right there, and here I wasn't on the other side. I was right here having breakfast, actually having a cup of tea I couldn't eat, with this psychiatrist from Germany. And then we went to some of the sessions of the conference that morning that I was at, and I was looking for the woman in charge to get me home. And then this woman kind of disappeared, and we were supposed to go for lunch on a boat on the Nile River, and then go through the Cairo Museum in the afternoon. And I thought, you know, I'd always wanted to see the Nile River since I was about that high.
Do you think you had a near death or a previous life in Egypt?
Oh, I had many lives in Egypt. That happened afterwards that I got those memories. But I
think there's a book in there, Diane.
Well, there probably is. I've got lots of stories, and it just goes on and on and on. But during that day, I had 3, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all 3, I was sitting next to someone. A woman would come and sit on my left side, and something would happen. And on the boat where we had the lunch, that's kind of funny. I just sat down, and this woman sat on my left side, and she reached over and she put her hand on my left breast, and I'm going, "This is interesting." And she said, "Do you mind if I touch you here?" And, you know, whatever makes you happy, lady. Yeah. And she said,
"You got to be careful of your microphone."
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, thank you. And she said, "God told me to put my hand here." And then she put her other hand up here, and I had a raging sinus infection, and she healed the infection just like that. Mm-hmm. Turns out she was a healer from California, and worked on me during that time. And again, I felt the fluffy love.
Well, and having had gone to the Chicago IANDS, the experiences you're describing, I feel like I've had similar experiences when I've gone to Evanston Hospital for Chicago IANDS, and
Really?
other people have told me the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And so what are some of the effects of a near-death experience?
Well, other than what I mentioned, the big thing and the thing that makes it absolutely certain is that your whole attitude changes, your life changes, how you feel about people, how you feel about everything changes. Family takes on a new feeling. How you feel about your children changes. How you feel about your place in the world changes, and how you feel about God changes. Mm-hmm. I'd say, in the Bible it says God knows how many hairs are on your head, and I always kind of went, huh, right, sure He does. Mm-hmm. When I came back, I was sure He not only knew how many hairs were on my head, but He knew how many cells were in my body. Mm-hmm. And I remain convinced of that.
So what does it mean? God knows how many cells are cells in your body, hairs in your head.
That He's so very present with every single person on this earth.
And everything's so perfect.
Everything is in divine order.
Now, your mission in life is to help people lose their fear of death. Mm-hmm. Couldn't a lack of or no fear of death get a person in trouble? Like they'd walk in front of a car, or do something crazy to get them killed, or that's not what you mean?
Well, I think maybe if they're no longer afraid of dying, they're no longer afraid to live. And I don't believe anybody dies before they're supposed to. I think everyone has a death time programmed into their life, and you might as well relax and enjoy life while you're here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe there's a time one of my patients called me last week saying her partner died after 22 years, and she couldn't wait to join her partner. And well, what day did she die? I said the 17th, and I knew that date was significant because she claims to have been somebody in a past life who died on the 17th. And I said, she's sending you a message. And she said, Jay, I completely missed that. Well, we have about a minute to go. You want to play the same instrument, a different instrument? Or?
Sure, be glad to.
Okay.
This is a double-barreled instrument made out of lace wood. I don't know if that's visible on camera, but it's a very lovely instrument.
Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, but we're all out of time. So for more information, if our audience wants to find more information about you, the InnerQuest show, or Infinity Foundation, stay tuned to the credits at the end. Until next time, we wish you good health, good spirits, and good fortune. Thank you, Diane.
For more information about this show, our guests, Infinity Foundation, or any of our other programs, please visit our website, infinityfoundation.org, or call us at 847-831-8828.